Hey, we're gonna run through the squat today. For figuring out how to fine-tune your squat, check out our mobility playlist as well as our fixing your top mistakes playlist that you'll find on the screen here. They'll also be linked below in the description. The first thing that we got to run through in the squat is the setup. You want that bar about chest height, so when you get underneath it, you are not spending much energy picking it up out of the rack. One big mistake you want to try and avoid is setting the bar too low. If you're setting the bar too low, it's like you're squatting the bar up. And the name of the game when you're squatting lots of weight is saving energy. Another huge mistake is setting that bar super high. When you put more and more weight on the bar, it will start to compress into your back, which makes getting it off of a super tall rack awkward and pretty dangerous. The next thing we need to talk about is creating a shelf with your back. You're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together. It's going to create that nice shelf on your back, and you're going to go to the bar and put that right on your back. While you're unracking the bar, you should be actively pulling that bar into your back so there's as little shifting as possible with that barbell. The next thing we're going to go through is your grip width. Where are you going to grab that bar when you get underneath of it? The closer your hands can get, the better, assuming that your wrist is outside of your elbow and your mobility allows. So you're going as close as your mobility will allow. You'll see in the video here that when my hands are out wider, it almost looks like my back is a little bit looser. And when my hands are in nice and tight, you can see how all the muscles in my back start to flex and come together. It creates that nice tight back and a strong shelf for placing that bar on. So we do want a narrow grip with your hands. It's going to create a nice tight back. If you're unable to get your hands real close together, you could check out our playlist on mobility for the shoulders and the thoracic spine, or the T-spine. That's going to be in the description as well. Moving on to the walkout. Now we've got our hands set and the bars on our back. What do we do next? So when we get underneath that bar, we want to put both feet directly underneath the barbell. By doing so, we're going to make it so we can lift that bar straight up out of the rack and waste as little energy as possible. In this video, if you attached a marker on the end of the barbell and it drew a line, you would see it pop straight up out of the rack and settle on my back. That's exactly what you should be doing. You should also be lifting with your hips and not braking just with the knees. If you're braking with the knees, you're wasting energy in your quads that you could be saving for your actual squat attempt. It's going to be really difficult to pull that bar straight up out of the rack if you're in a split stance. So you're not going to see that barbell come straight up. It's almost like it swings out of the rack, and you're not saving as much energy as possible. You're also not very stable when you're doing this. So I'd avoid trying to do that split stance. I do like putting the feet right beneath the bar. Now the bar is on your back, you're going to take a bunch of steps and get yourself super hyped up to lift that weight and look like a complete idiot in the process. That's not what we're doing. What we're going to do is we're trying to save as much energy as possible, so we pick that thing up, that bar up, it settles on our back. We're going to take 2 to 3 steps out of the rack. Just like you see me do here, every step is on purpose, every step saves me energy. And I'm able to do it with control, with strength, and I'm setting myself up to perform my reps as consistently as possible. Moving on to squat stance. You're going to see a nice strong tripod foot. What we do not want is we don't want that arch collapsing to the inside. That's going to make it so your knees kind of buckle to the inside as well. So we want a nice strong tripod foot just outside shoulder width. And right before you get ready to squat, we're going to kind of rotate those knees to the outside, just like I'm showing you right now. You're going to feel the outsides of your hips kind of turn on when you do so. So toes are barely tipped out, 8 to 10 degrees. Shove those knees out just barely, and then we're going to drop into your squat. When you're dropping into your squat, your knees should track right after your toes. Alright, so where do we look when we're squatting? Do we want to stare at the ceiling like the idiot on the screen? People squat like this. You think it looks ridiculous? People squat like this. It's absolutely insane. Another thing, so we want to avoid staring straight up at the ceiling. We also want to avoid just staring straight down between our feet. There are some power lifters who do squat like this. I don't teach people to squat this way. So where do we look when we're squatting? In this last example, we're going to be staring straight forward, maybe up just a tad, and that's going to be where you start from. You should keep your eyes there pretty much the whole time. Nice, strong, safe position. So moving to breathing, right before you descend in the squat, you should be taking a big breath. So as you see me doing here, I'm breathing up into my shoulders, and this is what we want to avoid doing. We don't want to see that up in your shoulders. What we want to see is that belly. You see that belly right there? It expands. We're breathing into your diaphragm, and we want to brace 360. So you should be able to take that breath into your belly and brace, and that's going to give you the most power possible when you're squatting. So now we're finally ready to squat. So we're going to drop our hips between your heels to perform your squat. When you're trying to descend, you're going to start with braking with your hips and your knees at the same time. Ideally, if you attached a marker on the end of that barbell, the line it would draw is almost straight up and down. That's what you can kind of see here, is that barbell is traveling pretty well straight up and down. Some of the top mistakes are going to be somebody kicking their hips behind them, or that bar is wobbling or hooking around. I would check out our top mistakes series and our mobility series to see how you can fix those things, because you need to be mobile, and you ideally want to keep that barbell over your midfoot. The further away from that midfoot you get, the more stress you're going to have on your low back and the less stable you will be overall. So that's how you build a strong squat. That's the squat video. I'd recommend you go through our mobility and our top squat mistakes series to learn as much as you can about the squat, so when you film yourself, you know how to assess and correct for yourself. Also check out our squat program that you can find on rapidfitnessonline.com. That's where we publish all of our content. We'll see you on the other side. Rapid Fitness, Rapid Fitness. Smash the like button. Gotta say smash the like button. Come on, smash it.